College was an incredibly fun time for me in my life, and it was because I knew that when I went into a classroom that I could be surrounded by 30, 60, 100 strangers, and by the end of that semester, all those people would know who I am, who like me, there we go, know who I am, like me as a person, and genuinely feel connected to those people. I'd be one of the most popular girls in class because I knew and had perfected these tips on how to get people to like you and how to be popular in high school and during my studies of college. So let me give you this little bit of a cheat sheet on how you too can have that experience of going into these classrooms, going to dorms, going to parties, and not knowing a single soul, and walking out of there being a popular individual that people want to talk to, that people feel genuinely connected to. Did you know that the need and want to be popular is a fundamental human desire and drive? According to Maslow, brilliant scientist that he was, with his pyramid of hierarchy of needs, right? First, we need the basics of physical survival. So we need food, we need water, we need shelter. I bet you've already got that. So two, after you have your food, you need to know you're safe and that you're not gonna get eaten by a dinosaur or kicked out of your house. I bet you're there too. So then what? Then we move on to that universal human need to feel love and belonging, AKA wanting to be popular. So before I dive into these tips on how to be the most popular girl at college, I want you to know that this is a human need and we better address it. We better take care of it because you can live your best life and be your best self when your fundamental needs are met. And one of those is this desire to be popular, to have love and belonging. So let me give you my best tips on how to find that at college. So my first tip for you on that is to be genuine and kind and open. My voice is breaking like a teenager, just gonna deal with it. But here's one of the most important tips to being a popular person is you've got to be genuinely you, you've got to be kind, and you've got to be open. There's kind of this myth out there that like if you're mysterious and moody and brooding and kind of like Twilight vampire-esque, that's so desirable and everybody's gonna flock to you. Not true. We love individuals that are open, they're receptive to us, that when we try to talk to them, they talk back and they act really excited. So be that person. Tell yourself as you walk into your class, I'm open to everybody. I want everybody to feel like they can actually come up and talk to me and I'd be thrilled about it. That leads to being kind. Like, be the kind of person that is always kind, always genuine, and always is looking out for another person. I promise you that just these three qualities of being genuinely you, being kind, and being open will like literally radiate from you because most people in college are there to get a grade and get out. And so they aren't open, they aren't kind, they're just thinking about themselves and they're still trying to figure out who they are, which, hey, if you're figuring out who you are, that's fine. Be genuinely who you are in this moment. I'm not the same person I was in college, but I still was figuring out the traits and qualities that I have now. So just be who you are and love and accept where you are. Oh, this tip alone will change your social game. It will flip it on its head. So girl, take notes. And that is to be a connecting piece. What do I mean by this? So often when we are in the search for love and belonging and popularity, we focus on us and say, I need the most friends. I need the most roommates. I need this. Like, we're so focused on us that we aren't focused on connecting people and tying the dots together. Truly, if you think about it, the most popular people are the individuals in your life that you know personally that connect other people. Do you have a friend like that who seems to be friends with all the different friend groups, who seems to know a ton of different people? It's because they are that linchpin between you and maybe another group, you and that cute boy that you want to talk to. Be that person for other people, and you will start to get this network of friends, and people will start to be drawn to you because you are this connecting piece that's focused on serving other people. So don't be afraid if your girlfriend's like, hey, I'm really into that cute boy in your English class that you've never talked to once. Don't be afraid to go up and talk to him, realizing that you're going to be this connecting piece, and maybe it doesn't turn into a romance for your friend, but hey, it could turn into a friendship, and then you meet his group of friends, and from his group of friends, you meet that person in science. Like, you just start connecting the pieces. So be that connecting piece. When you go to your next class, when you go to your next party, I want you to think about, how can I be the connecting piece between these groups? Maybe it's as simple as, you have maybe your group of friends that you sit with, that you talk with, that you feel really comfortable about. Maybe it's about kind of extending that conversation one row further, and you start to include people in this conversation that you normally wouldn't talk to. It's as easy as that to be the connecting piece, but it will change your life and your social game as you start to network and be this person that's willing to put themselves out there to connect people, to connect ideas, to connect different groups that have a lot in common, or even just share people who go between those groups, and you want to be one of those people. My next tip for you on how to be the most popular girl in college is to treat people like individuals. It's really tempting, especially in college, because you are surrounded by twice, 3 times, 4 times, 100 times the size of your high school class. It's really tempting to treat people just like masses, like groups, like, oh, they're a part of the cheerleader group. Oh, they're part of this Greek squad or whatever those are called. Like, it's really easy to just start to see people as their groups, or to see people as their dorms even. My challenge for you is to see people as individuals. Remember, you're not making friends with somebody because they're a cheerleader or an SBO officer or really good at science, right? We're making friends and trying to build that connection because we genuinely like that person, or see qualities that we like or share with that person. So be sure that you treat people like individuals. Nothing is more of a turnoff than when you go and talk to a friend and you realize that they just kind of see you in this one area of their life. And maybe that means that they don't talk to you in math class, but they'll talk to you in science class. Don't be that person. See people as individuals, treat them as individuals, and be sure that when you talk to them, communicate with them, interact with them, that you're being one-on-one with them. Okay, my next tip for you, how to increase your popularity? You gotta find your people. Now, this might seem contradictory. I think I made that word up. This might seem to contradict my tip of being that connector, that linchpin between groups, but it's not. One thing about being the most popular girl in college versus high school is college is so big, so massive, so many people there at different times. It's not there's traditional students, non-traditional, everybody, every walk of life is at college. So you're not going to relate to everybody. You're not going to be everybody's cup of tea. And that's okay. One part about figuring out your need for love and belonging is realizing that you're not for everybody, and that's okay. So in your quest for popularity and in your quest for networking and figuring out where are your people, it's really important to have those individuals and that sense of belonging that you can establish with people who are like-minded, people who have similar goals, and people who you really just genuinely love, and being with them kind of feels like being home. Because we need that base. When we're putting ourselves out there and talking to new people, it's scary. It's hard. It's exhausting. And so it's really great on your quest to being more popular, to having a group. Maybe it's your roommates. Maybe it's your girls in, your math class. Maybe it's your boyfriend. I don't know. But you have this group of people that you can come back to, that you can just always know that they have love and a place of belonging for you. Because I'm not going to pretend that being popular is easy. If it was, everybody would be, right? So know that on your quest, like, you're going to get a little burned out. You're going to get a little bit like social override. And so just always have your people that you can come back to, have a girls' night if you need, and realize like, hey, I have these genuine friends, and honestly, they fill me up. They fill my bucket. Be sure you've got that for yourself as you make this climb. And if you're figuring out who that is, that's okay too. It takes a little bit of time to establish that safety net. And genuinely, if you want to know my safety net, I don't like that word. That sounds like we don't treat these people with all the respect and love they deserve. My nest, maybe that's a better word. My nest of people that I always know if I go to a speaking event and I bomb, or if I go try to make a new friend and she totally rejects me, I can come back to these people and get re-centered on who I am and why I love myself and why I'm worthy of love and belonging. My hubby, my mom, my sister. Yep, they're all, they all have to love me, right? They're all in that category. I don't care, right? So if that for you is your roommate, if that for you is your mom, if that's your grandma, it doesn't matter. Be sure that you always have somebody that you can come back to and just kind of recenter yourself and realize that you are worthy of love and belonging. Okay, get out there. Yes, this is a tip for a reason, because a lot of individuals who reach out to me, they DM me, they leave me comments, they want to be popular, but the moment it gets hard or the moment it takes time, they're like, oh, Abby, this is too hard. I get it's hard, girlfriend. But one thing about being the most popular girl is you've got to get out there. You've got to put yourself out there. And so with college, there is an endless amount of events, games, dances, activities, parties that you can go to. Now, I am a big believer in balancing. Of course, your schoolwork is probably 100% the most important reason that you're there, right? Like, you're paying freaking money to go to these classes now. So prioritize your schoolwork, but get out there. Go to these events. Go meet people. Go to where your people are. Go to where the people that you want to be are, and go try all these activities. If you truly want to increase your popularity at college, be willing to go out there. And especially as you're making those connections between people, you're gonna get invited to stuff, and say yes to things you genuinely can and want to go to. And don't be afraid to say no. Being popular isn't about going to every event and every game and every dance, because you'll burn yourself out. Because I promise you that you're not going to increase your popularity. You're not going to make more friends if you just sit in your room all day and watch TV or do homework. There's so much of college that is about socializing and meeting people, and most of all, figuring out who you are. So get out there. Now, I just gave you 5 tips on how to be the most popular girl in college, and I've got some homework for you. I want you to go and check out this video. This video is called How to Be the Most Popular Girl in High School. And before you're like, whoa, Abby, I'm already out of high school, I want you to check it out, because those tips will work regardless of your stage of life. I would tell those tips to my 17-year-old brother and my 90-year-old grandma. That is what I would do, because they work. And I know you're thinking this, they're not the same tips, because there's so many little personal development hacks, tricks, little honestly mind tricks that you can do to help you increase your sense of love and belonging. And I got them for days, girlfriend. And so I didn't repeat any, because I knew that you'd want to binge watch my videos. And so check out that one for more tips on how you can be the most popular girl in school. Follow these tips. Some of them are going to come so easy for you. Some are going to be a little bit harder, but I know that they will make a massive difference in your social status and sense of love and belonging at school. So Wishing you the best of luck, babe. I hope you check me out on Instagram for daily inspiration. And I hope you subscribe so that you can get tips on how to master young adulthood and build the life of your dreams while you are young and figuring it out. So I hope you subscribe. I hope you leave me a comment on how you're going to be the most popular girl in college. And I cannot wait to see you in my next video. So, Abby J out.